Hello, beautiful friends. How's everybody doing? Did everybody have an amazing weekend? We were very busy on Saturday all day long. We were showing the house. I think we ended up with like 17 or 18 that came through. And then today is actually a Sunday and we're having an open house in a couple hours. So I had a couple hours to sit down and spend some time with you. So I definitely wanted to do that. But yeah, it was a very busy weekend. But today I have some new products. I went to Ulta. I had a gift card just burning a hole in my pocket. So I had to pick up some stuff. And then I just brought some stuff down from my collection that I'm going to be using today. So if that seems like something you're going to enjoy, please stick around because we're about to get into all that right now. Okay, so like I mentioned, yeah, we were very busy. Well, now that I think about it, no, we weren't. We weren't that busy. The kids had sent, someone over to clean the house, and they did such an amazing job. So we really didn't have a lot of cleaning to do, but we just had some stuff to pick up. Just make sure that the house looked really presentable. And then we all packed the car and went over to my dad's house, and he has a very small place. I mean, a very small. So we're all crammed in there. The two dogs. My dog weighs 95 pounds. So I am sure he has just had it with us all. But yeah, we were there all day yesterday and it was like 5, 6 hours. And it's going to be about the same today. So yeah, by the end of this weekend, he is going to be so sick of seeing us. So anyway, like I mentioned, I picked some stuff up over at Ulta. Again, I had some gift cards that were burning a hole in my pocket. And I had seen Jen Phelps talk about these palettes, and in the past, I just wasn't having that great of luck with LA Girl palettes, but she did say these were really nice, and I really do take her recommendations to heart. She's very honest. So anyway, these are the palettes here. I picked up two of the three that they had available, so I probably won't be able to use both of them, but hopefully I will be able to go into each of the palettes and just try it out. But it's called On Cloud 9. It's a bouncy formula. So yeah, it's a different formula than they usually do, which again, their formula has been kind of shady lately. So and then I picked up this because she said this was really nice too. So it's like a blush and bronzer duo. I love when palettes, there's palettes like this because it's just very convenient and the pans are big enough where you can dip a brush in each without really mixing the two. So I really find these very nice and useful. And then I picked up this by LA Girl as well. It's called the Contour Envy Contour Wand. So these ones are kind of iffy to me. They can be very messy. So hopefully it has like a lock and it's not super messy. But I picked up that. I got a new powder. It just seems like this season is going to be the season for powders. I mean, every time I look on like Trend Mood or open up, one of my social media platforms, I'm seeing a new powder. I go to Ulta. There's all these new powders. So again, I think it's the season of powders. But I picked up this one here by About Face. It just sounded interesting, and I did like their foundation really well. So it's like a blurring powder. So I'm really excited to try that. And I think that's it of the new. Oh no, I had found this in my drawer. I picked this up like months ago. So I have a new concealer, and this one's the Tower 28. So let's get started. I'm really excited to try this stuff out. Oh my gosh, I forgot I do have some more products. I actually have a new blush, two blushes from R.E.M Beauty. They had sent that to me, so I definitely want to try those out. And yeah, I'm just wearing this because I don't know if I'm going to be able to film later in the week before Valentine's Day. So, I thought I would just be a little festive. Okay, so like I mentioned, yeah, I don't know. I am going to apply just a little bit of primer. I'm not going to go overboard, so I'm just going to use my favorite one that I get on Amazon. And again, I'm just going to use that much, just very little. Yeah, I was getting kind of nervous that the realtor and she might yet say something about this being all out when we're showing the house. So if that's the case, I'm going to have to film either in my sitting room upstairs or in my beauty room, and this will have to all come down. She hasn't said anything yet, but it does kind of look, if you ask me, kind of shady, but I really want to keep it up. I've been trying to keep this area as clean as possible. Okay, so that's all blended in, and like I mentioned, I think I'm going to, dip into both of these palettes just to see the formula. And I don't know if I mentioned, but these were $10 each. So let's swatch. I just want to, feel this formula. So, ooh, yeah, it very, very buttery. So this one here is called the Breezy Nude palette. So I just swatched the mattes, and yeah, it's just very creamy. Now, it did say it's a buildable formula, so they do look very light, but again, I think they want you to be able to build it up and not go in with extreme colors right away. And let me just swatch this palette here, and this one is called the Airy Taupe. Ooh, so that is nice. I love a nice taupe palette. So again, this one is the deepest shade in that palette. And yeah, they're just very light, hardly any pigment, but on the eyes, it could be completely different. And they did say that you can apply this either using your hand or your fingers or a brush. So, and also I was thinking that you could apply them really well using these little sponge type applicators. So I think I'm just going to combine a bunch and just see how it goes. But let's start with the brush, and I'm going to go into this Nude palette, and I'm going to start with this shade right here and see how it applies with the brush. And I'm just going to tap, and it did say that tapping will give you more of a color payoff. So you definitely can apply this with a brush. It kind of reminds me of the cream to formula or cream to powder formula in the Natasha Denona palettes. And those are really nice. So that's what it kind of reminds me of. Of course, it's going to be completely different, but you get the idea because it's not like cream, but it's just a creamier feel to it. So yeah, that looks pretty good. So let's see how buildable it is. I'm just going to go into that shade again, just trying to create a little bit more richness to that. So yeah, it's definitely a buildable for sure. Okay, so let's go into this shade right here. I'm just going to use the same brush, and I'm going to go into that shade, and it's like a really nice, it has like a pink to it. So, and I'm going to go right above where I laid that one shade and just kind of use circular motions and really make that look seamless. So yeah, my mind is just all over the place right now, so just bear with me. Okay, now I will say those two shades are very similar, as you can see. So yeah, this is just very lightweight. I do like the formula though, I really do. Okay, so I'm going to try something now. Let's go into like one of these little sponge applicators, and I want to go into this shade right here. It is a beautiful taupe, so I'm going to really load that on this little sponge, and I'm going to place that here on the outer corner. Okay, that does not work well with the sponge at all. So no, that was not a good idea. So what I think I'm going to do is go in with my finger, and you know what, it might be that these just do not build very well on top of each other. Yeah, I can't even see what that's doing. Okay. Why am I having such a hard time? Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is go into this shade then and try it. So yeah, the finger situation, you would only be able, I would think, to only be able to use like one shade. Because I'm finding if you use your finger or, that sponge applicator, it wasn't even showing any color. So I think me personally, unless you're going to, if you're going to use several different shades, clearly you can see that using a brush is the way to go. Okay, now I'm going to go into that first brush again, and I'm just going to aim the brush like up towards my brow and just really make that look seamless. Okay, that's looking actually really nice. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I do the same look pretty much every day, but yeah, I have to do something here and I can't waste a lot of time. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this shade right here and I'm using my favorite like really dense brush and I'm going to apply that. Ooh, that is a lot lighter than what it looks like in the pan. This almost looks like a snow white, but in the pan, as you can see, yeah, it doesn't look that shade, and it could be the lighting here, but I really like that. Again, I'm going to go into that brush and just blend those two together then. So that's what we have right now. So I'm not mad at these palettes. I think they're actually very fun. But what I want to do is go into this shade here, that first shade. I want to try to see how it applies just with your finger and see what happens. Yeah, I'm not liking it with my finger at all. I think the way to go is definitely, I think I used the right shade. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's definitely with a brush. As you can see, I would be here forever trying to get a color payoff. And let me just show you the difference. So I am pretty much packing it on that brush. But as you can see, yeah, it's like night and day. Okay, yeah, I mean, the palettes are okay. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not see the video where Jen Phelps was using them. I actually seen like a follow-up video of hers and she had mentioned these palettes and showed them. I'm like, ooh, those look fun. So that's why I went and got them. Yeah, like I mentioned, they're just okay. I don't know how she applied them, but yeah, me personally, I think the brushes are the best way to go. Okay, so let's swatch these shimmers. So these shimmers right here are coming from the Taupe. Oh boy, let me pull this down. So these are coming from the Taupe. So that one's like a really, I don't know, like white glitter. And this one looks more like a satin, a finish. So yeah, that one's okay. And then this one is from the Nude. So these look really pretty. These look like a really nice champagne. So this one is that right there. And here's the other one here. And here is the other one from that palette. So those are all the shimmers. You know, I don't know what's going on with LA Girl. It just seems like all of their palettes lately are just lacking that luster. That's what I said last time. There's just something, they're just like, okay. It's almost like, I don't know, like beginner type of palettes, which is fine, but yeah, their palettes just used to be really good. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go into let's try this one right here. I think it's more champagne, and again, as you can see, I'm really packing that on my finger, and hopefully we'll get more color payoff. Yeah, these are more like, believe it or not, the Natasha or the Makeup by Mario. Like they're really soft glitter type of formula. Where it's basically almost like a topper. It's very pretty, but yeah, it's just very minimal color payoff. And as you can see, I'm really swirling here. And I'm going to place this one's coming from, ooh, now that one is very pretty. I really like that one. So let me go back into this one and just add a little bit more and see if I can get, I mean, I'll go through these palettes like crazy. Yeah, they do layer really pretty. Again, it's a very pretty, it, you know, it has like a lot of fine, really nice little glitter particles. So it just really bounces off the light of really nice. So yeah, once you build up on those shimmers, they're super pretty, you know, and again, a lot of times I go back to the editing and I'm like, oh no, it's actually okay. Yeah, you know, we'll see once the look is complete. But I mean, I did get a lot of color payoff. It's not like I don't have any pigment showing. Okay, so I did forget to pack or bring down an eyeliner. So I had one down here. So let's hope for the best. And it's by a ColourPop. It's their cream gel liner and it's in black. So hopefully it's not dried out too much because it's been down here for quite some time. So I'm just going to, oh no, we're okay. I'm going to go as close as possible to my lash line. And then I'm just going to place that in between my lashes just to add some depth. So now what I'm doing is just to my head, just kind of making an imaginary line from my lower lash line. And I'm just going to move up just like that and connect down to the lash line like that. And this, I've just been finding this is the easiest for me, just to take a makeup wipe now and clean up any fallout and sharpen up that little wing I created. Just tap that out and look at that. It's a pretty decent wing. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm kind of living out of containers and it's just all over the place. Things are just thrown in drawers, as a panic of trying to get out of here really quickly. So yeah, everything is just really discombobulated in my life. Okay, so for a pore filler, I did bring down this one here, the Milani, and this one's really nice. It's called the Conceal and Perfect. And if you haven't seen it already, which I would, I'm sure you have, it looks like this. It's a very nice pore filler. It's very cooling on the skin. It more so keeps my oils under control throughout the day than filling my pores, I feel. Okay, for the complexion, what I brought down is this here. It's by About Face. And the reason why I'm bringing this out, and I haven't used this forever, is because I did get that, the powder. So the only thing with this one is it's way too deep for me. And this one is actually, the weird thing is, it's called LM2 Neutral. So I'm going to guess that's like light something, but as you will see, the only thing I don't like about this is, it gets stuck here. And sometimes like the foundation goes flying all around because it's so hard to get it out. But as you guys will see, yeah, it's definitely too deep for me. So what I do is just take a little bit here. I'm going to apply quite a bit. And then I just grab a little bit of my white pigment. It's running low. It's by Miss AOA. And then what I do is just add a few drops of this. And usually it works out. I don't want to go too overboard because it will lighten up pretty quickly. So let's get this hair out of the way. And you're going to see that it becomes a pretty good shade match. And this is probably going to be absolutely perfect for when I move to Arizona, because no matter what, you cannot avoid that sun. You can wear sunblock all you want, but my daughter-in-law has turned at least a shade darker from living there, and she wears sunblock religiously. So even when you're in your car, it just comes in. So this is what it looks like. Isn't that really pretty? It doesn't look cakey whatsoever. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, the nice thing about today, hopefully I will be able to get this out tomorrow, if not Tuesday or Wednesday. I know you guys are super patient with me right now, but the nice thing is when I go to my dad's, I will be able to sit there and edit, because I'm sure he's getting sick of talking with us and trying to entertain us. I keep telling him, I'm like, Dad, you can go to sleep. You do not have to entertain us. We are fine. So yeah, that is the nice thing. I can go over there and just edit my video. I was watching a video the other day Jen Phelps put out. I just love watching her. She's just really informative. Yeah, she's just really good at what she does. Anyway, I see her, Allie Glines, a lot of the influencers, they ask you guys questions and you answer. I've tried it a few times and I get like 2 responses. So I would love to do something like that. And I just don't know the best way to do it because it seems like either, I don't know, you guys aren't getting the notifications and the notifications when I post something on the community tab, or I don't know if you're missing them or whatnot, but like I said, I rarely get any responses from that. So, I can't really do that if I'm not getting feedback. And then I, thought maybe over on Instagram, but I know like a lot of you are not over on Instagram either. So, I'm at a catch-22 and I would like to do that. And I know you guys like participating in that kind of stuff, but I have to have you help me out. So let me know in the comments what is best. Do you think me, doing something in the community tab or something in one of my videos, or just something fun, where you guys can answer some questions or whatnot. Okay, so that's the foundation. Again, I think it looks really, really pretty. I'm really liking it. Okay, so let's try this here, this Contour Envy. Looks like I got Beach Babe. So this is what it looks like. Again, it's very similar to a lot of them out there. I'm not seeing where there's a lock or anything like that. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't think so. So hopefully this isn't going to be a complete mess like I believe it was the e.l.f. one or the Milani. Oh, it was just a nightmare. And I don't know how pigmented this is going to be, but I can already tell I do like the shade. And because it's more like a cool tone, a shade. So I'm just going to place a little bit and put this down my nose. Okay, so let's see how easily this blends in, if it lifts the foundation, anything like that. Okay, so, I think I might even have to add just a little bit more. So I think it's a perfect shade for me. Yeah, as you can see though, look at that. And the mess it's already making right there. And honestly, I don't feel like I squeezed that, hard. That is the only thing about those wands. They're just, unless it has like some kind of locking mechanism, they are just a mess. But I will say, I really love the formula. And same with the Milani one. I believe it was the Milani one that I just wouldn't even repurchase because it was such a mess. But I absolutely loved the formula and I loved the shade. This one, yeah, I'm feeling that same vibe. I mean, look at how beautiful that is. Okay, let me see if it did lift. Oh no, it did not lift at all. That is super pretty. So I might have to ignore that it's messy because that is so nice. And let me know in the comments as well if you guys have tried any of these new products from LA Girl. So yeah, I'm really liking that. Okay, so I'm trying to think if I have anything cream. Yes, I do. My new can't forget this one. It's been sitting in my drawer. It's by Tower 28. Someone here had mentioned it. So I got the shade, it looks like 3.0cc. So this is supposed to be like a weightless serum, a concealer. So it's supposed to be a very hydrating. Most of their products are. So this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to place a little bit here on the inner corner, a little bit right there. A little bit on the outer corner, just like that. I'm not going to go too crazy. I have something going on there. I'm not going to go too crazy right now because I don't know this formula at all. So let's start here and hope for the best. So I'm going to use my BK. This is the 114. I've been really loving this brush so far. It doesn't feel like super dry whatsoever. I have a lot of working time to smooth it out. Not like the makeup by Mario that day. Oh my gosh, that was absolutely garbage. Okay, so I'm actually liking, it almost turns, if you ask me, to a powdery finish where I feel like I may not have to set this with a powder, but I'm going to because I really want to try out that powder and see how blurring it is. And I will let you know in just a few minutes if it does crease. Okay, so out of concealers lately, This one does look the best on me. What I've been doing lately, if you're new to the channel, is I just been using whatever foundation I'm using for the day and using that as my concealer too, because it just was seeming like any concealer that I placed under my eyes looked like garbage. So this one actually looks pretty darn good. So let me come close so you guys can see. And let me know in the comments what you think. And I think it's a really good shade match. Okay, so I think that's it of the cream products. So let's go into, oh no, I do have more cream products. I forgot from R.E.M. Yeah, I forgot that they had sent this over. And honestly, I've only tried one thing from R.E.M. It was a palette that was in one of my Ipsy boxes. So this is the first time I'm trying this out. So it looks like it's called a Call Back. So this is that all you get? Oh, no, no, no. There it goes. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be not a lot of product. So I kind of was reading up on it, and it says that you can use your fingers or a brush and basically, or a sponge. So I will say with my fingers, it does feel a little drier to move, or no, but it does move around very easily. So as you can see, it's just a very nice light touch of color, but it's absolutely beautiful. And the nice thing about this is you can use it as your lipstick too, which I will be doing today. So, oh, that is so pretty. And the reason why I'm just placing this on the high part of my cheekbone is because they also sent me over a powder blush too that I definitely want to try out. So, ooh, I'm really liking this. Okay, now let's see if my foundation is lifting from it though. No, I don't think so. And they sent over this brush as well, which is super soft, and I do like how it's angled like that. So very nice. So let's see what it looks like as a lipstick. And oh, I probably should have applied this differently. Not cross-contaminate here. That is so pretty. So what I'm going to do is just place a little bit on the back of my hand and just to get that little layer off that I used on my lips. But, ooh, that is so pretty. And it's very creamy. That is a very interesting formula. I love that. Okay, so let's go into the About Face powder, and I got the shade, it looks like Veil. So again, this is supposed to be a very lightweight, finely milled powder. It's supposed to blur. It's called the Curtain Call. Looks like very nice packaging, and inside, oh, it looks like it does have a mesh and it does have those kind of caps. So you definitely don't want to pour it into the cap. Okay, so let's go in. I think I'm going to use a Poof Poof, and I'm going to place quite a bit on my Poof Poof. I've been seeing everybody do this. I'm going to try it. And as you can see, I got quite a bit. And then you just kind of push that into the back of your hand. So it's just really pressed into that Poof Poof. And now we're going to set. Oh, it's very lightweight. Absolutely. I see that is a great description of this. I mean, it's very undetectable on my skin. And as for the Tower 28, there is just minimal creasing. So I'm just going to take whatever's left on this Poof Poof and just press that under the eye. Now I'm going to come closer so you guys can see if you can tell a difference. So yeah, I'm going to go right in the center here. So I, placed quite a bit of that powder here under the eye. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Me personally here under these bright lights, I'm definitely seeing a blurring effect. And I do like that I have so much on this Poof Poof, and it definitely is undetectable. And I really like applying it like this. I think it's a great way to do it. And your makeup is supposed to, that's, you know, I remember reading that too. It has like a 12-hour, 10 or 12-hour of, where your makeup is supposed to last a lot longer. And I'll place some information over here just to make sure that I am correct on that. But what I am going to do as well is I'm going to take like a fluffy brush and just see what's nice about those mesh ones is you can just do that. And again, I'm going to be pretty generous with that powder. I think I read too is if you apply too much, just to go in with a fluffy brush and just flick it away. I mean, that's common sense, but you never know. Okay, so far so good. I really love this powder. I will try to let you guys know. It's just a busy day. Hopefully I will remember to let you know if it made a difference with how long my makeup lasted throughout the day. Or maybe I'll take a picture or something. I'll try to do something. Okay, so I do have, like I mentioned, another blush from R.E.M. And this is in the shade, it's called a Pinking of You. How cute is that? And I love the shade. And I do love her packaging. It's just very spaceshipy. I think it's really cool. Okay, so let's go into this beautiful shade. We're going to place that more towards the front, and that way we can get a feel. That is a little bright, but it's absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, it's very pigmented, so you got to be very careful. Whew, that is so pretty, though. I love that. I think it's absolutely perfect. Goes perfect with my outfit here, and yeah. Very, very nice. I'm glad I remembered to bring that down. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do too is just for, reference, I think I'm just going to set the right side of my face with my setting spray and not this side just to see how the powder holds up. So just one aside there. And then I am going to spray my sponge though and set both of my under eyes just so they don't look super creepy. Not that they did, but over the day they could start creasing. So I'm just going to make that happen. Okay, so let's go back into these palettes and finish up this eye look. And what I think I'm going to do is going to this really deep shade in the Taupe palette and just place that on the outer edge here. So now I'm going into that Nude palette and I'm just going to mix these two here and place that all along the lower lash line. Then I'm actually going to go into this palette here, that Taupe one again, and use this really, really a bright, like white shade here, Snow White. And I'm going to press that into the inner corners here. And just to really brighten that up. And yeah, that is really pretty. And I will say, with these shimmers, I'm not seeing tons of glitter flying all around. I have very little fallout from the glitter. That little white one that I just used, more so. But yeah, the other ones, I'm not seeing a lot of fallout and a lot of glitter all over my face. Okay, so I actually got this mascara. I'm not even kidding you. It's it's months, just a month. Here's what I'm looking for, my eyelash curler. So they had sent it to me like months ago, and it was okay when I used it the first time, but that's, usually mascaras, and I should know better. I should go back into and try it again. So it's been a couple months, like I mentioned, and I tried it the other day, and I really like this mascara. Now, is it a one and done type mascara? Absolutely not. But what I do love about it is the brush, and it's called Make It Double by Hard Candy. So I think this is new to them, but let me show you how unique this brush is. So, yeah, like there's all these different sides. So one side it's shorter, one side it seems like there's more bristles. So the more you turn it, Yeah, it just does something different and you will see. So let me go in with this and hopefully I won't poke my eye because I do that a lot. But I'm going to go in and if it starts feeling a little strange or it's not doing what I want it to do, I can turn my brush and try different bristles and just be very careful when you're turning because what I was doing is trying to turn as I was doing my lashes and poke my eye out pretty good several times. But as you can see, it is giving me length, giving me volume, and separating my lashes. Now, I will say it's more of a wet formula, but it does dry down really quick. And then when I go into my second coat, it really does something special. Okay, so that is 2 coats of the mascara. As you can see, yeah, it really creates some length. And let me show you how easy it does flick away. I think it does. So let's see, this is really good right here. Yeah, it just flicks away beautifully. And you guys know that's usually a deal breaker for me. Okay, so let's talk about the products really quick. The one I did not try is this one here. So let's just try the bronzer. I don't want to ruin this beautiful blush. So let me just swatch it. Ooh, it seems very creamy though. And that is the shade here. So yeah, it's very pretty. So I definitely will use that in the future. But yeah, let's try this bronzer. So I'm just going to place a little bit. And we'll just do the forehead here just to see the shade and how, well, I like the shade. You know what it reminds me of? Milani, that really nice cool tone shade that I use all the time. And I forget the name of it, but that's what it reminds me of. Is there a scent to that? No, I thought I was smelling something coconutty, but I do like that bronzer. That is so nice. Yeah, you guys, everything wasn't too bad. Even the eyeshadows, you know, you just have to work for it. It's not horrible. I definitely, like I said, I will definitely use it. I think that will be a great palette if I'm in a hurry, especially for work, because it just blends out super fast. Yeah, if you're wanting to get tons of color payoff, you're not going to get it unless you really work for it and build up on it. I love this R.E.M, a little multi-use product here, this blush. I love the shade. I think it looks really pretty. I'll let you guys know if it lasted throughout the day or if it faded really bad. So I love actually both of those blushes. Yeah, really pretty shade. I think for summer it's going to be absolutely perfect. The Tower 28 is looking really good right now. I'll continue to use it and make sure, you know, it could just be a good under eye day and they're not super creepy, but yeah, as of right now, I really like it. I love the shade of this. I'm just hoping it's not going to be one of those that get all over the place. So I'm just going to wipe it off now and that way give it a little bit of a chance. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, because I truly, truly love that shade. Yeah, I definitely love that. And I love this powder so far. I think this was super blurring. I absolutely love it. If it really does help with keep my makeup on throughout the day longer, I'm going to be reaching for that quite often. Again, first impressions, you know, again, by the end of the night, I could just look like a cakey mess, but yeah, it's right now, it's very nice. And I'm super happy that I brought this back out. This is super pretty. I am so bummed I stopped using it, but again, it's because of the shade and I get kind of lazy and I don't want to sit there and mix if I don't have to. And I really like this mascara. So that is everything, you guys. Make sure to look in the description box for all the products I used today, the shades, everything like that, and also how I felt about these products. All right, you guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, if you please do me a huge favor, hit that like button. It truly does help out my channel. Also, let me know about those questions. If you would like to ask me some questions, we could do a future video. Again, let me know if it's best to just do it in the, you know, one of my videos always, leave it in the comment section, or, if you want me to do it through the community tab, or over on Instagram, whatever you think would be easiest and best for you guys, because I would love to do a video like that. All right, you guys will have a wonderful week. And if I don't see you before Valentine's Day, have a lovely and wonderful Valentine's Day. I can't wait to see you guys again. I love you so much. And until next time.